Put your head beside David's head again.
Okay.
Put your face together. Why don't you give David a kiss? Another big kiss.
Another kiss.
Another kiss? Oh, it doesn't matter. Well, we're the only people who ever watch it.
And here's the Ratcliffe clan.
You gonna give me a hug too? Yeah. You're all right, eh? Where's Sherry? Hello. What you got? Green too. That's Sherry.
Tea.
Okay, we'll let Shez open some presents first.
Okay,
huh?
Sherry. Who's this?
I think that's to
That's yours,
David from Uncle.
Love. Can you read it? Merry Christmas.
Who's it from? Can you read it?
Craig.
Uncle Craig, Auntie Kerry, Emily and Joe. Is that what it says?
Yep.
Yep. I thought it was. Yes. What is it?
What
Beautiful
is it?
jewellery, is it?
Jewellery, is it?
I want to watch it. Somebody might nick it.
Oh, is it? Is it a little necklace?
Twist. Idea. Like he likes this.
How do you read that writing?
Oh wait, is I think it's up to. You know, like scratching on the back or something.
Yeah, you can't scratch it. She goes like this all silly.
This is from Grandma.
Grandma and Papa.
One rabbit.
You know, just tear it. That's it. The boys are waiting to open theirs.
Tear it up, tear it up. Try and get it, try and get it.
Quick, tear it, tear it.
Ow, what's this? Yippee! We got it.
Have you got it? Doesn't matter. Have you got it?
Fine.
That's another one from Papa and Grandma.
I thought it was going to be about a ship.
Yeah, it's about rabbits, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
Another one from
started
you.
to watch it and I got very bored with it. It's a nice story. But it drags along a bit, doesn't it?
Okay. Cool. Oh, dingy.
Oh, you can make your own jewellery. How about that?
Your breath.
Gee, really?
Which ones have you got? You've got them all except one, I suppose.
You've got all of them.
You've got all of them. You got the last one as well, did you? Oh well.
Wait a second, we'll
Jared's
just
got
put them
some.
aside, we'll sort that out. That's okay.
Oh, David's got everything.
Yeah.
This is another one.
See if you got that. See if you got that.
Another one. Doesn't matter, David. You can leave that. Those ones to Dad's.
Yeah, then
You can sew
you
close to it.
got that?
Uncle Craig.
Oh, you can make your own radio.
That's from Uncle Craig.
Make your own crystal radio. Hey, that's pretty good.
David's got something about stamps and bangers.
That's from, who's that from? Uncle Craig, is
Uncle
it?
Craig. It
sounds like
someone
and
Terry.
something, you know.
It doesn't say everyone.
Emily and Joe, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What did I tell you?
What's that? You got that?
It's something, yeah, Meccano. So I got Meccano, it sounds like.
Oh,
Well, Meccano's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, mate, you're going to have fun today.
you got Meccano last year.
Me, I got, yeah, I got
Want to give Papa and Grandma a big kiss, thank you?
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got all that. Is it soft, I take?
What yo-yo did you get? Brain. Oh, just for one.
It's a yo-yo, is it?
David's the one. David's the one getting one, the brain.
You're getting one tomorrow, are you? It's a different colour, eh?
From Dad, Christmas present. It's like, oh. We all got expensive stuff from Papa and Grandma. So if you got that, what's expensive?
Yeah, they're all expensive, eh?
Expensive. Okay.
What's in here?
A card.
Did you get your card?
I bet it's a card.
Did you get your Christmas
I
card?
bet it's a card. Yeah, we were our Christmas cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't turn around.
Oh, you did?
It's a funny one, isn't it?
It's a card, that's why. So happy.
It's a frog.
It's a card.
It's a card, it's a card.
Who's it from?
Uncle Greg.
Or it's something big. It's from Uncle Craig.
Oh,
I didn't know what to get you, so I thought I'll get you. Give me some money you
this
can
is
buy
good.
yourself.
No, this is good. Oh, he's lucky. Sounds good.
Sound interesting?
Matthew's lucky. He gets
I
some
can do
interesting
it.
things.
You get those brains at Toy World.
What is that?
I
Two
don't know.
solar
I'll have
energy
to ask your
lab.
Uncle Graham.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. I've always wanted to test one of these.
Oh,
At
yeah?
school,
Well, there you
yeah.
go.
At our old
Yeah,
school,
looks
everyone
good.
was. I was too
I
young.
thought that looks very interesting.
It does. Who's our Christmas present?
But,
Let's do Papa.
And you two.
there's not many inner leaves on it, was there? Whose was this? This is Dad's.
Yeah.
There you are, Party, that's yours. And Graham wants...
I have the same thing.
Beg your pardon?
What?
No, thank you.
David, I reckon, when she grows up. I reckon Sharon's going to be bigger than David.
She's going to be a big lady, is she? Right, well there we are, there's ours. I'll do one more. Turkey.
Not really.
No.
Dad, this is what I meant. Could you get Dave to give back my slime because he's a faster runner than me?
Was David a faster runner than you?
Yeah,
Can't
he
catch
is.
him.
Right
Is that good? It's got all itself. Full order of itself and an audience. What more could you want?
Jenny was never out of our pool at Saturday. She was always...
Alright, watch it, guys. This
Oh, too bloody late shit. Where is she? Oh God, I don't know where she is. I'm searching. Oh shit. You gotta wait for instructions. And hey, I'm talking away on the thing. Oh.
Can't you like turn the noise off or something?
No, you... Whoa! That's the way.
Or if she comes under the water, if she comes up here.
Hello.
Papa was looking for her.
Did she go underwater that way?
Yeah, all the way.
Wild woman.
That's easier.
She's a wild.
Lamb is coming in her death.
Come on, and another great dive by our favorite nymph. Go for it.
big dive. Now go. Whoa! You want to do a dive for Papa, Matt? A dive?
Dave's going to do
Dive? Now, wait a second. You got to wait.
Oh, that's right.
Get yourself in position. Whoa! Watch out for Dave. All right. Watch out, Dave. Watch out for Shez.
Go for it, gorgeous.
Jan Davis.
How can that be possible?
Okay.
Go.
Off we go.
She looks like Karen Chidley.
Yes, does she look like Karen Chidley?
On the line.
It's just the way she looked at me. Yeah, they're funny sort of look. Yeah.
Oh, Abby.
Shirt and all.
You got Abby? There's Abby.
Watch out, Shez, out of the road.
Abby likes to cover her body totally. She's got a really nice hug with it now.
She won't be covered totally when it's wringing wet, that's for sure.
You've got to start running now.
Oh, okay, I'll run up. No, you don't have to make sure.
Need a backstop now.
Matthew is showing. He's showing his Saji over that. Back to me.
Okay, you ready?
It's one! She's not even home on TV! Dad, I've got to run there and back! No,
Oh, the effort. The effort. Over my bums. Trying to show off. No, stop.
Jerry's laughing, gets hit in the head.
Okay.
Yeah! Yeah! Get it! Shez, bat is released! Drop the bat! Oh, God. This is your power. Stop! Yeah, she...
Molly grab
Hey! Bat is released! Hey, give it! Oh, we gotta go in now, don't we? No, one more bat. Hey, Dad, this meat just broken. Now give me a live one. No, sure not. It's beautiful. I can't use those. Underarm! Underarm. Yeah, one It's a bit little.
dribbled on him.
That's what you said, it's small.
Molly grabbers.
There.
Oh, that's put under the fence again. No.
Dad goes. What that number two? Dad going on. Don't do that. You wreck the ending trees.
There's a lot of anthills, darling, in this grass.
Put it in. Just don't worry about it, Shez. You ready?
By my head.
And
Go and get that, Doug.
yeah, I can get over the fence.
Go that way because we'll see.
This is Dad getting over the fence and fast forward.
Where'd the other ball go?
Huh?
Where's Dinky for?
Down there on this stone.
No, you can't have that one. Your ball's over there. Quick, John, come and do it, Mum.
Good, nice.
And how are you guys going? Eh?
All right.
All right.
Just eating hamburger.
Dave, you're on film. You got something to say to the camera, Dave?
I've got something to say. The burgers are better on your chest.
Ah, well, there you go. Liz. Fantastic.
I'll have fried onions on it, but not raw.
You'll have fries?
I'll have fried onions, yeah. But I'm not big on raw onions.
Do you want more? You want yours raw, Ronnie, or cooked?
Oh, I'll have mine raw.
Raw.
And this is fried for me, have lots of flavour, but raw they just taste like, I don't know.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, I like mine.
I am E.T. I am E.T. I am E.T.
Hey, you got me convinced.
I'm E.T.
You'll say, what is wrong with the Sharon's head? What's she put on the forehead?
She's got a very big full light.
What?
I'm going to be both of them.
I killed myself today. I tried to pull it through my head.
Turn your back on the block.
And now, David has come in as
Peanuts.
How about a beer?
Yeah, let's be down here.
Papa needs a beer. Do you need a beer, Papa?
Yeah, might want. Whoa, look at that. She's got it.
There's one beer on the track. Is there any of us playing cricket?
No, I don't think it's going to be playing cricket. I think
There's lots of stills.
lots of stills of you playing cricket.
What?
Lots of photographs of you playing
Yeah?
cricket.
Oh,
no
yeah.
movies.
good. Put an order in that.
And there's a really nice photograph of you with Annie Cat.
Last time I hit Dink in the head with a baseball bat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she thinks.
Hello, my name is Sheridan. It's the 9th of January 1999. I'm going to read a poem called Disobedience. James Morrison Weatherby George Dupree took great care of his mother, though he was only 3. James said to his mother, he said he, you must never go down to the end of town if you don't go down with me. James Morrison's mother put on a golden gown. James Morrison's mother drove to the end of town. James Morrison's mother said to herself, said she, I can get right down to the end of the town and be back in time for tea. King John put up a notice, lost or stolen or strailed. James Morrison's mother seems to have been mislaid. Last seen wandering vaguely, quite of her own accord, she tried to get down to the end of the town, 40 shillings reward. Morrison, commonly known as Jim, told his other relations not to go blaming him. James said to his mother, he said he, you must never go down to the end of the town without consulting me. James Morrison's mother hasn't been heard of since. King John said he was sorry, so did the Queen and Prince. King John, somebody told me, said to a man he knew, if people go down to the end of the town, well, what can anyone do? Now then, very softly, James Morrison Weatherby George Dupree took great care of his mother, though only he was 3. James said to his mother, he said he, you must never go down to the end of the town if you don't go down with me.
Very good.
He kept on going like though.
A long one, wasn't it?
He kept on going. Because that only went up to 335, and this is
Just 390, so there must be more.
I've got this.
Oh, what's that? That's it? That's Alexander Bed, wasn't it? Forgiven. I found a little, yeah, that's Alexander.
What are you going to do now, Sven?
I found, do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you read that one.
I found a little beetle, so that beetle was his name, and I called him Alexander, and he answered just the same. I found a little beetle, so that beetle was his name, and I called him Alexander, and he answered just the same. I put him in a matchbox, and I kept him all the day, and Nanny let me beetle out.
Let my beetle out.
Yes, Nanny let me beetle out. She went and let me beetle out.
My beetle?
Where? Oh, my beetle out.
Which one are you going to do now?
And it's still going.
It's still going, is it? Oh, I see. Okay.
She said.
Keep going. Keep going.
She said she didn't mean it, and I never said she did. She said she wanted matches, and she just took off the lid. She said that she was sorry, but it's difficult to catch an excited sort of beetle. You've mistaken for a match. She said that she was sorry, and I really mustn't mind, as there's lots and lots of beetles which she's certain we could find if we looked about the garden for the holes where beetles hide, and we'd get another matchbox and write beetle on the lid.
And what's that book called? What's that book called that you're reading from? What's it called?
Winnie the Pooh.
And who wrote the books You wrote it.
A.A. Millen.
A.A. Milne. Oh.
Yeah. My name is David Ratcliffe. I'm reading this poem on the night for the first 99. It is called Knight in Armour. Whenever I'm a shining knight, I buckle on my armour tight, and then I look about for things like rushings out and rescuings and savings from the dragon's lair and fighting all the dragons there. And sometimes when our fights begin, I think I'll let the dragons win, and then I think perhaps I won't because they're dragons and I don't. Okay?
Turn 2 pages, I think.
No. Let it rain, who cares? I have a train upstairs with a brake which I make it from a string sort of things, which works in jerks, cause it drops in spring which stops with the string.
Dad, you can't understand.
And the wheels all stick so quick that it feels like it thing conk. That thing, like a thing that you make, which with a brake, not string. So that's what I make when the day all wet, all stick so quick that it feels like a thing that you make with a brake, not string. So that's what I make when the day is all wet. It's a good sort of brake, but it hasn't worked yet.
You got the giggles at me, Dad.
Can I read another one?
It hasn't. It's a good.
Hi, I'm Matthew, and I'm gonna read a poem called Cherry Stones. Okay. Tinker, tailor, soldier, sailor, rich man, poor man, ploughboy, thief. That's about it. It's on the next page.
That's more on the next page.
Don't laugh now.
What about a cowboy, policeman, jailer, engineer, driver, or a pirate chef? What about a postman or a keeper at the zoo? What about a circusman who lets people through?
Shut up, Sheridan.
What?
And the man who takes the pennies for roundabouts and swings. You have to pay for those things. Organ and the other man who sings. What about the conjurer with rabbits in his pockets? What about the rocket man who's always making rockets? Who's that? Oh, there's such a lot of things to do and such a lot to be, that there's always lots of cherries on my little cherry tree.
James Morrison, Weatherby, George Jeffrey, took great care of his mother, though he was only 3. James said to his mother, "Mother," he said he, "you must never go down to the end of the town if you don't go down with me." James Morrison's mother put on a golden gown. James Morrison's mother drove to the end of the town. James Morrison's mother said to herself, said she, "I can get right down to the end of the town and be back in time for tea." King John put up a note as lost or stolen or strayed. James Morrison's mother seems to have been mislaid. Last seen wandering vaguely, quite of her own accord, she tried to get down to the end of the town, 40 shillings reward. James Morrison, commonly known as Jim, told his other relations not to be blaming him. James said to his mother, "Mother," he said he, "you must never go down to the end of the town without consulting me." James Morrison's mother hasn't been heard of since. King John said he was sorry, so did the Queen and Prince. King John's somebody's told me, said to a man he knew, "If people go down to the end of the town, well, what can anyone do?" Now then, very softly, James Morrison, mother, James Morrison, Weatherby, George Jeffrey, took great care of his mother, though he was only 3. James said to his mother, he said he, you must never go down to the end of the town without consulting me! That's not me. Sheridan, and I'm going to sing a song called Stop. You just walk in, I make you smile. That's cool, but you don't even know me. You take an inch, I run a mile. Can't mean you're always right behind me. Don't you know it's going too fast? Racing so hard you know it won't last. Don't you know, but can't you see? Slow it down, read the signs so you know just where you're going. Stop right now, thank you very much. I need somebody with a human touch. Hey you, always on the run, gotta slow it down, baby, gotta have some fun. Do 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 do, do 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 do, do do do, always be together. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, stay that way forever. Don't you know it's going too fast? Racing so hard you know it won't last. Don't you know, but can't you see? Slow it down, read the sign so you know just where you're going.
Very good.
David, don't worry, you don't have to pay.
It's the experience. Who were they telling Kevin about Kevin McAlane?
Oh, Dinky, come out of there.
Dinky, out. Come on.
You're going to make another whirlpool.
You gonna make a whirlpool? Oh, where are we gonna go? Here, go. Are you ready, guys? I've got two of you now. Oh, what's going on? It's fucking yeah, about 3 months or so.
Big group photo. Oh, take a photo, everybody. Group. Bunch up. Bunch up.
You're supposed to be in the photograph too.
That's lovely. That's lovely.
kisses. Bye, darling.
See ya.
Yes. Wait till you come. It doesn't work. It does good. Look how round your legs are. Ow. Getting to the end. Slapstick.
Oh, it's great.
Bye.